You're looking live at the best college football pick'em show on the planet. And, Jude and I are both in our different settings tonight for reasons, I don't know. I'm in, Christmas time is not the best time to remodel a home. You know what I mean? So, if you notice the background behind me is different, it's because I have moved. I haven't moved far. I've moved literally about 8 inches. But it's in another direction.
Hey, it looks like you moved about 2 pounds of hair.
Oh, well, it's because I'm not wearing my earbuds or my headphones. Here, I'll make it look better. Hold on just a second.
There he is.
There we are. But I can't hear you.
Oh.
All right, so Hunter and Lindsay, I don't know. It's going to be a crapshoot if they show up tonight or not. Hunter had something else to do. It was kind of going to be iffy if he showed up. So, Lindsay, he is the chef extraordinaire for his family, so he might be busy, or he might just be extremely tired. But what we're going to do for the next, I don't know, however long it takes Jude and I to get this done, we're going to knock this guy out, right, Jude?
Sounds like a plan. I say we just go conference by conference, and you.
But I'm not going to tell you the ones to watch yet.
Okay.
So you're going to have to kind of guess. We'll do the ones to watch second to last, like we always do. But I won't give you the yes or no. So let me do this. What I'll do is I'll pull up the conferences right now.
I'm on my phone without a computer screen, so you're going to have to read me games, though.
All right, we'll go old school. That's good. Yeah. I like it. I don't know who I'm looking at. When I look at the screen, does it look like I'm looking at you right now when I look at the camera?
Yeah, I know mine looks like I'm looking at an angle. I keep trying to fix that, but it's hard.
Well, I got 2 screens. I got one over here, one over there. So
No, you're looking right at me.
All right, good deal. Let's start with the ACC, the All Coast Conference. All right, Jude. A big one on Friday between Stanford and San Jose State. 3 p.m. CBS. I'm taking Coach Ken and the Spartans in this one.
100%, man. Those dudes are hard hitting. I don't think Stanford's got anything for them.
I agree. All right. Another Friday game, Georgia Tech at Georgia, 6:30 p.m. on the 3-letter network ABC. The Dogs are favored by 18. I'm gonna lean Georgia Tech to cover in this game. Maybe not win, but to cover.
Yeah, definitely going to cover. And Georgia Tech, they're no dog, man. They play some tough teams, and they play some tough teams well. I'm going to take Georgia Tech to probably lose, but by less than 7 or less than a touchdown.
All right, here comes one of our first ones to watch. Number 15, South Carolina, travels to number 12, Clemson. We'll talk about that here in just a few minutes.
All right.
Louisville at Kentucky. This should be a ones to watch, but neither team's very good. So we'll give it to them. Louisville's favored by -4. I think Kentucky's defense is too good for Louisville. I think Kentucky beats Louisville by probably a touchdown.
Yeah, Kentucky, they're a good squad, man. They've given a couple of good teams really good battles. They beat Ole Miss. So I'll take Kentucky on that game.
All right, the battle of smart kids from North Carolina. Duke travels to Wake Forest at 11 a.m. on the ACC network. Duke's favored by 4. I think Duke should be favored by 2 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, since last 2 years, man, without Sam Hartman, Wake Forest is not the team that everyone thinks they are. I mean, he was basically their offense. So I'll say Duke's going to definitely cover that.
All right. At 2 p.m. on the CW network, Pittsburgh travels to Boston College. Now, Pittsburgh's kind of fallen off at the end of the season. We all kind of expected Pittsburgh to kind of slide towards the end. We're kind of seeing Pittsburgh slide right now. I'm going to go with BC. BC got a big win against North Carolina last week, retiring Mac Brown effectively. He got fired this week. So I'll say BC by 4.5. I'll say BC covers the 4.5.
I'll agree with you. They got North Carolina's got I'm sorry. Pittsburgh is I think he's just gonna handle Mac Brown because
I have some in my room.
what does he really have to play for now? You know, his kids don't have anything. I mean, they might go to a
Well,
bowl game, but
Pittsburgh and Boston College. Boston College effectively retired Mac Brown last week.
that's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna take Boston College.
All right.
My mistake. Sorry.
All right, that's all good, man. That's what we're here for. All right, Miami at Syracuse. One's to watch because I believe that Syracuse could upset Miami. Could be a possibility, Jude. Could be a possibility.
They're a good team.
Cal at SMU. Another one's to watch. Check out the ACC with the big games.
Man, ACC coming through.
Big time. All right, now we got Mac Brown's final regular season game as the Tar Heels head coach. NC State traveling to North Carolina. UNC's favored by -3. I think UNC probably wins this game for the coach. I say that 3 points, that's going to be probably what they win by.
Yeah, I was saying I was confused when I thought they were playing Pittsburgh. Against NC State, I think it's a rivalry game. In-state, rivalry. So I'm going to take North Carolina to win and cover that 4 points.
All right. And some people would have called this a game to watch earlier in the season, and then Florida State has just stunk it up since.
You know what that guy's got to do, right?
I don't know, man. It's some tough sledding over there in Florida right now. So I'm going to say this. Florida at Florida State, 6 p.m. on ESPN2. Florida's favored by 16.5. I think Florida covers by probably 21.
I'll agree with you.
All right, and in a game that I would have picked Vatech over Virginia at the beginning of the season. At 7 p.m. on the ACC network, we got Virginia, the Cavaliers, traveling to Blacksburg to take on Vatech. Now, this should have been in the ones to watch because Vatech's got the coolest entrance music of all time in Enter Sandman. I don't know if anybody can beat that. That's pretty awesome. But I'm thinking wrong team favored in this game. Vatech's favored by 7. I think wrong team favored. I think Virginia wins outright.
Yeah, Virginia's going to beat them.
All right, well, we got Hunter trying to log on right now. We'll see what happens here in just a few minutes. I think he's trying to get into better cell range right now. So we'll keep rolling. We'll save the big stuff, the ones to watch for when he gets here. But let's move over to the American Conference, Jude.
Yep.
All right now we got Tulane and Memphis at Tulane, and Memphis has been pushing around Tulane. Like I said, we're a pick'em show. We're picking the games, right? I think Memphis is going to win this game. I don't think Tulane's going to be able to hold them off.
Man, that's a good game. Who knows? Tulane can do what they did to SC a year ago in the bowl game or a couple years ago. But we'll see. I think Memphis will probably handle them still.
Yep. All right. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. This is a Friday game. Black Friday football. We got a service academy playing here, Jude. Navy travels to East Carolina to take on the ECU Pirates. Now, the Pirates are favored by -2.5. Blake Horvath may be hurt tomorrow, so I'm saying Navy's going to win, but I would take the over-under on this one. Over-under is 55.5. I'm saying Navy wins 17-10 tomorrow in a slugfest.
It's going to be a slugfest for sure. The Navy, man, their season fell apart after Notre Dame, but I think they've got enough to beat East Carolina.
Yeah, like me too. I agree with you on that one.
17-10, 17-13, something like that.
All right. Saturday, 11 a.m. on CBS Sports Network. The Roadrunners from UTSA travel to Mikey Stadium in West Point, New York to take on the Black Knights of the Hudson. Another Service Academy game. The Knights are favored by -7. I think Army covers by a lot more than 7.
Yeah, they're going to run away with that game. 100% agree with you.
Yeah. All right, 11 a.m. on the plus. North Texas travels to Temple. They're playing at the Link. I think North Texas wins by way more than the 11 points.
Yeah, Temple doesn't have anything for anyone this year. North Texas probably cover. I'm going to turn my fan on 1 second.
All right. This is what you get on Turkey Day Live. You know, Jude's got the fan on. I could turn the heater on here right now. I think it's about 45 degrees outside, which never happens. So
right, sorry about that.
No, it's all good, man. All right, Jude. 1 p.m. on ESPN Plus from Rice Stadium in Houston, Texas. The South Florida Bulls travel to take on the Rice Owls. South Florida's favored by 5.5. I like the coach of South Florida, Alex Galesh. I think he's a great coach. I think South Florida wins this game, but they're not going to cover the 5.5.
Oh, you think it's going to be that close? It's in Texas, right?
Yep, in Houston.
That's a tough one, man. I might just disagree with you. I think Rice is going to win that game.
All right, I can do that. All right, at 2:30 p.m. on ESPN Plus, I think the Blazers from UAB travel to Charlotte to take on the 49ers. Charlotte's favored by -2.5. They've had some coaching turnover. The Blazers have Trent Dilfer. As much as I don't want to pick Trent Dilfer, I'm picking Trent Dilfer in this game. I think wrong team's favored. Blazers win by 3.
Oh, I'll agree with you. I will give something. I love the 49ers, their helmets, man, their logo. That C with that pickaxe in it, that's freaking cool.
Yeah, I like that. All right, and our final American College or American Athletic Conference football regular season game of the season. They'll have a championship game, obviously, and then some of their teams will play in the bowl games. I've picked this to be my game of the week, the game of the WEAK, but Jude, I'll let you pick it right now. Florida Atlantic at Tulsa, 2:30 p.m. from Chapman Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa's favored by -1. I don't think there's a winner in this game.
I think the winner in this game is the people who don't have whatever channel it's going to be on.
You can get a ticket to this game for $2.
Ooh.
Oh, man. And you know what?
A hot dog or a soda is going to cost more than the entrance?
Yeah. And you know what? I picked a team that's not on TV in our ones to watch this week.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I did it.
That's awesome.
I had to. It's a total sham. I'm gonna lobby that college football makes every college football game on TV every week.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw up whoever's favored by 1. I'll take the other team.
All right. Let's move on to one of my conferences, the Big 12. We'll go over there tomorrow, 11 a.m. Coach Prime and the number 25 Colorado Buffs host Oak State. The Cowboys at 11 a.m. on ABC. Okay. Now, Colorado's favored by -16. Oklahoma State is not good. I'm taking the Buffs by 30. What do you think on this one?
That sounds like the logical way to go, but I know these kids are busted right now because they were hoping to get a playoff berth, and then they lost last weekend. So if they have any kind of hangover, man, you know that Oklahoma State can score points. They can't stop anybody, but they can score points. So I'll take Colorado to win, but I'll take Oklahoma State to cover.
All right, Jude. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on Fox from Orlando, Florida. FBC Mortgage Stadium. A night game in Orlando. We got UCF hosting Utah. The Golden Knights are favored by 9.5 points. I think Golden Knights cover, but I'm gonna throw a side bet in here. I'm betting that UCF and Utah combined for 500 total yards of running offense.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, man. That Utah running back is crazy good. I don't know, Kyle Whittingham, man. I always like him. I always like his teams. They're not having a great year.
Might be his last game.
It might be. So I'm going to take Utah.
All right, I like it. All right, on Saturday at 11 a.m. from McLean Stadium. But you don't get to pick it because it's in the ones to watch. Kansas at Baylor. We're going to get to it here in just a minute. All right, Jude, I've got one that could have made the games of the week right here. West Virginia at Texas Tech, 11 a.m., Fox Sports 1. Texas Tech's favored by -3. Both of these teams have underperformed this season. As much as I want to pick West Virginia, I think Tech covers this -3 here.
Man, I was high on West Virginia when the season started, especially when they play home games in Morgantown, man. They're a tough team to beat. And this game's, where are they at?
They're in Lubbock.
Lubbock. I'll take Texas Tech to cover then.
All right. Now, this Arizona, we need Joey Preciado here. Where's Joey Preciado? You know, I throw his name out to the university appears. So, Joey Preciado, what's the game called between number 16 Arizona and Arizona State and Arizona? I gotta know. Gotta throw it out there. It's gotta be like the Battle of the Desert. Something, Joey. Come on, help us out. 2:30 p.m. on Fox in Tucson, Arizona. ASU's favored by minus 8.5. I think ASU's going to win this game by more than the 8.5. And look for Cam Scatterbo to have a not Heisman winning performance, but a Heisman-style performance.
Hey, if things go right, the right teams win this weekend, and ASU gets in a conference championship game and wins, can they make the playoffs still?
Absolutely, they're one of the conference players.
Yeah, so I'm going to go for ASU to cover that easily. They're trying to get themselves in the
college football playoff.
Yeah, college football playoff.
Yep. All right, at 5 p.m. This is on ESPN Plus, so you got to have the ESPN family of networks packages here. You got TCU at Cincinnati. It's 5 p.m. from Cincinnati, Ohio. TCU's favored by minus 3.5. I thought Cincinnati was going to be a lot better this season. Not so great right now. That's a long way to travel to go play a football game. I bet it's going to be cold. There's going to be some weather. TCU, I think wrong team's favorite. I think Cincinnati beats TCU.
I'm going to disagree with you on this one, too. I'm going to take the Horned Frogs to win that game outright.
All right. Another Big 12 game. Number 24 Kansas State at number 18 Iowa State. This one made the ones to watch. So we're going to talk about it here in just a minute. So keep that in the back of your brain there. All right, in the nightcap in the Big 12, the final regular season Big 12 game of the year, Houston travels to number 19 BYU, 9:15 p.m. ESPN from Lavelle Edwards Stadium in beautiful Provo, Utah. BYU's favored by 13. BYU don't lose at home at night. It just doesn't happen, right? No, BYU beats Houston handily. I'm talking by more than 13. I'm thinking they beat Houston by 21.
Yeah, they cover the spread for sure.
All right. Now we're going to move on from the Big 12 to the Conference of Champions. And the reason why they're champions is because they have to have a championship game. Conference USA, Jude. My conference, but we'll share. Friday at 2:30 p.m. CBS Sports Network. Liberty travels to Prison City, Huntsville, Alabama to take on the Sam Houston State Bearcats. Liberty's favored by minus 2. I'm taking the Bearcats in the upset.
Yeah, of course. Now, when you got a team in Alabama,
No, Huntsville, Texas.
Oh, Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, we got prison there too.
Man, I'm gonna take Sam Houston State to win that game.
All right. On Saturday, from Pitbull Stadium in Miami, Florida, the Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders travel to take on the FIU Panthers. Now, FIU's favored by minus 9.5. I say they cover. I haven't watched many of their games this year. I'm going to go with FIU in this game.
Yeah, I haven't watched many of their games since their coach left, but yeah, I think they'll cover.
All right. This game could have made the ones to watch had one of the teams been a lot better. Jacksonville State travels to Western Kentucky at 3 p.m. on ESPNU. Western Kentucky's a 1.5-point favorite. 62.5 point over-under here. Now, is the rich rod to West Virginia real, or is it just talk? Now, West Virginia hasn't fired their coach. Rich Rod hasn't said anything about leaving Jacksonville State, going back to West Virginia. But just think about it. Could it be a distraction in this game, causing Jacksonville State to trip up against Western Kentucky? Or does Jacksonville State stay on their winning streak and win? I think it's their 9th game in a row.
No, Jacksonville State's going to win that game. And Rich Rod is going to have a homecoming to West Virginia and make West Virginia relevant again.
I like it. I like it when West Virginia, we're considering them a blue blood of college football, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they've won a national championship, so you have to consider them a blue blood of college football. So, yeah.
There's teams that are considered blue bloods that haven't won, so yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, football is always better when the blue bloods are good. That's my opinion about college sports, or college football. All right. In a game that could definitely make the games of the WEAK, Kennesaw State travels to Louisiana Tech at 3 p.m. from Joe Allen Stadium in Ruston, Louisiana. La Tech is favored by -12. I don't know. It's crapshoot on this one. You tell me. Kennesaw State wins. You tell me La Tech wins. I'll take either team. I don't know how to pick this one.
I'll just take the home team.
Home team wins. All right, I'll go with you on that one. All right, Jude. In the nightcap, or the day cap, afternoon cap. We'll say the afternoon cap in Conference USA. The Miners from UTEP take on the Aggies from New Mexico State. At Aggie Memorial Stadium in Las Cruces, New Mexico. New Mexico State's a -3 favorite in this game. I'm going to go with the home team. Pick the Aggies.
You pick the Aggies? Man, I couldn't, earlier in the season, I couldn't have seen myself picking either team from New Mexico to win the game. But I'll agree with you on that one. I think they'll win this game.
But think about it like this. Las Cruces isn't all that far from Utah, or from UTEP. El Paso and Las Cruces are very close. This is a rivalry game of sorts. So this could be a one to watch on ESPN Plus. So if you got some time, tune in and see what happens.
No, those are not crackers. Yes.
All right, the MAC wrapped up, so we're not going to cover the MAC because they're wrapped up for the season. Let's go over to the Mountain West. Jude, you know something about the Mountain West Conference.
A little bit.
So tomorrow at 11 a.m. on Fox, we got some Mountain West and Pac-2 action. Oregon State travels to number 11, Boise State, from that awful blue field in Boise, Idaho. We have the Boise State Broncos taking on the Oregon State Beavers. Boise's an 18.5-point favorite. Does Ashton Jitty win the Heisman, have a Heisman winning performance this weekend?
And I would love it if he did. I just don't think a team from Idaho is going to ever have a Heisman Trophy winner. But, if he makes a run going into the playoff, first off, Oregon State will probably cover barely. Boise State's going to win. Gentry's my pick for the Heisman, even though I don't think it's possible.
All right, I'm going to go with the home team. I think home team covers. I think it'll be just a raucous crowd. Even though it's 11 a.m., I think the Boise fans are going to show up and be ready, be loud. The only thing you can hope for is a little snow on the field to kind of cover up that blue.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. At 2:30 p.m. tomorrow, Utah State travels to take on Colorado State. Colorado State's a -6 favorite at home in Fort Collins. This is at 2:30 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. Colorado State's been on an incredible ride basically since being blown out by Colorado. So I would look for CSU to continue to roll. I think they can cover that 6-point spread against Utah State.
Yeah, Utah State's not very good. And the Colorado State, I'll take Colorado State to cover.
All right, we got a comment. We got to stop for comments. We got to see who's commenting here. Christian says, "Hey guys, Christian, send me your email. We'll bring you on."
What's up, Christian?
Christian, do you still have my phone number? Text me. I'll send you a link. We go old school. We need to.
Yeah, Joey, if you're on, let me know. I'll send you a link. You can tell us what that rivalry game's called.
All right, we've already talked about Stanford at San Jose State. We're both winning with Coach Ken and the Spartans. Trojans. Sorry, Trojans.
San Jose State, no, they're the Spartans.
Spartans? It's Thursday. I've had too much turkey today.
Yeah. Troy and AC are the Trojans. Michigan State and San Jose State are the Spartans.
So, Jude, I don't know about you, but after I had my Thanksgiving lunch this morning, or today, it took me a solid 30-minute nap. So, I'm still pretty good.
I slept a little bit during the beginning of the Dolphin game.
All right, Christian. I'm gonna work on getting Christian a link. Hold on a second. Is your email the same as before, Christian? All right, Jude. On Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Big Ten Network, Fresno State travels to the Rose Bowl to take on that other team from Los Angeles, UCLA. Now, UCLA is favored by -7.5. You're saying Fresno State wins outright here, right?
They went outright. UCLA's got nothing left to play for. They were knocked out of bowl contention last week by the real team from Los Angeles. We're not in West LA. We're in downtown Los Angeles. USC, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, Fresno State outright.
All right. Christian, I'm going to try to send you an email here in just a second, bud. Hang tight. All right, Jude, I need you to cover for me for a second because, me and technology go together like fire and water. So, Wyoming at Washington State, 5:30 p.m. The CW Network, Washington State's favored by -17.
They'll cover. Washington State's a good team. They played themselves out of a major bowl, recently. But I think that Washington State's definitely going to win.
All right.
Anybody, Cash is doing that, man. I can talk a little bit.
Yeah, cover.
There were some big games rivalry weekend. There's some big games coming up. I'm not going to talk about Michigan, Ohio State because that's absolutely going to be probably one of the ones to watch.
It is.
But, yeah. but last weekend, man, SC UCLA was a huge game. USC did not play a good game at the Rose Bowl, but we won 19-13. I'm having people call me up and saying, "Oh man, they stopped the game. He could have got the first down. His forward progress wasn't stopped." Man, you know what? Accept the loss. I'm predicting that UCLA will not beat SC. Cass, when Pete Carroll was like in his third, fourth year at USC, I was betting people that USC would never lose to Notre Dame or UCLA again.
All right, link sent, Christian. I hope it's right. If not, let me know. So, Jude, you're not going to recognize Christian when he comes on. I saw some pictures of him on Facebook. Oh my gosh, he looks completely different. He's like an adult looking now. You know what I mean?
Oh man, yeah.
All right,
what is he, 15 now?
15 going on 30. I don't know.
Like 14, right? Because he's starting to look like.
Yeah. All right, Jude. Nevada at number 22, UNLV, 7 p.m. CBS Sports Network. UNLV's favored by 17.5.
They should be favored by 24. They're going to win by 3 touchdowns plus.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. All right, a salute to the Service Academy games, Jude. Air Force Academy travels to Snapdragon Stadium to take on the Aztecs from San Diego State at 9:30 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. Air Force Academy's favored by -4. What do you think?
They cover. They had a horrible start to the season. They're playing a lot better at the end. I'm glad to see it. And Air Force is going to win this game. Cover that spread.
I agree with you on that one. I'm going to roll with it. That's going to wrap up our salute to the Service Academies. Not for the season, though. Not for the season. We still got one big game left, Jude.
Biggest game of the year.
Biggest game. Biggest rivalry in college football. Biggest rivalry.
My son, he's not huge into football, but that's one of the games that he'll sit down and watch with me every year.
I can tell you my son's going to say this one phrase, "Go Navy, beat Army."
Hook 'em up, cat. What is it?
All right, Don says, y'all are the only college football page live, so I'm just stopping by to say Ohio State is the best team in the country, and we will be national champions this year. All right, we got to see. They're going to play the games, though, so thanks for stopping by, Dot.
Hey, Todd, if you agree with me, you'll think that they got robbed in that Oregon game, man. They had a second left when they ran that clock out. They were going to kick that field goal and win that game. And that was in Oregon. Neutral field, I don't know where the championship's going to be for the Big Ten, but I can't wait to talk about that game.
My guess is probably Indianapolis, I think. I may be wrong, I think.
If neutral field, Ohio State runs all over them.
All right, and then New Mexico at Hawaii is my number 10 game of the week. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. No TV coverage.
Wow,
I don't know how you're going to watch.
Hawaii. New Mexico, Hawaii?
Yeah, man, absolutely. You got to go with it sometimes, Jude. All right, Jude, hey.
That's my other game, so I'll talk about that one later.
OG members showing up right now. OG member, you ready for this one?
Yes.
All right, OG member Christian, what's up?
What is happening, dude? Dude, look at you.
Talk.
Hello. He's like, what's up, man? Last time I talked to you, hey guys, how are you guys doing? No, what's up, man? How you doing?
Christian's all, hey, what's up, y'all?
What's happening, Christian, man? I appreciate you jumping on my streams and saying hello when I do my live stream.
Always. Gotta always do it.
All right. Christian, you want to do some pick'ems here in a second?
Sure.
that Christian?
We're keeping up this year. We're keeping up this year a little bit.
Yeah, dude, how old are you, dude? You look like you're 21.
Going on 15.
Going on 15.
How's your football team doing? How'd they do?
We were, I think it was 7-1-2.
Oh, that's not bad. Did you start?
Yeah, both sides. Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. Offense, defensive line?
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of him standing next to his dad, and I tell you, I know who's shorter in the pictures now. All right. Jude, we're going to go over to the SEC. Christian, you ready to pick some games there?
Sure.
All right. Tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. on ABC, the Egg Bowl. We got number 14 Ole Miss taking on Mississippi State from Vaught Hemingway Stadium in Oxford, Mississippi. Ole Miss is favored by minus 26.5.
Well, Ole Miss is absolutely going to cover. Lane Train's going to take care of that. Do they have any shot at the number 12 spot?
I don't
Probably
think
not.
so. No. That loss last week kind of kicked them out right there.
Sure did.
I think anything's possible in this world, right? I mean, anything's possible, but we'll see. Jude and I have already picked this Georgia Tech-Georgia game. Just to recap, I think the Dogs are probably going to win, but I think Georgia Tech's going to cover. So
agreed.
So we'll go with that. On Saturday, I got a bold prediction in a game and a pretender in this next game. Number 8, Tennessee travels to Vanderbilt at 11 a.m. on ABC from First Bank Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. The Volunteers are favored by minus 11. I'm not good leaning that way. I'm saying Vandy wins the game outright. Tennessee's a pretender. Vandy wins. Full prediction. Pretender, all of it, all in one. Jude, what do you think?
Man, I wouldn't. That's a tough one to go. But Vanderbilt's not a bad team either.
No.
You know what? Just because I don't want to jinx it, I'm going to go with it and agree with you. I think
that means that Tennessee's probably going to win. Christian, what are you thinking, bud?
I think Tennessee has a chance. I have a little faith in Tennessee. They're both
all right.
There you go.
All right. Number 15, South Carolina at Clemson in our ones to watch. We've already talked about Louisville and Kentucky in our ones in the ACC. Now we're talking about the Iron Bowl. The Iron Bowl does not make the ones to watch. Auburn at number 13, Alabama, 2:30 p.m. on ABC from Bryant-Denny Stadium in Nick Saban Field. Alabama's favored by minus 11.5. This game, you could throw records out. You could throw everything out. This game's going to come down to the last possession.
You don't think Auburn blew their wad last week?
They may have. They may just be turning the page. This could be Hugh Freeze time. Hugh Freeze could be showing you, this is the reason why I'm going to be the coach next year with my top-rated recruiting class as well.
Recruiting class coming in.
Yeah.
If it's an 11-point spread, and that's too much for the Iron Bowl. I mean, it should never be more than a 3.5, 4.5 point spread. I'll take Auburn to cover, and maybe I'll save that for my bold prediction.
All right. I'm saying Auburn covers. Auburn wins the game. I'm going Auburn.
I'll just go with you. My bold prediction: Auburn wins the game.
Outright. All right, Christian, Auburn, Alabama. Who's winning?
I'm giving it to Alabama.
All right, Christian's going with the safe bet. See, there's a reason why Christian's successful, and I am not.
Yeah. Christian would probably be the better gambler than you and I.
Yeah, absolutely. Because he's doing exactly opposite of what we do, right?
Exactly.
All right, JWC Tech says, Happy Thanksgiving, guys. My team fell apart, so I've been watching much this year. Hit the like button every week, though. Thank you, JWC Tech. We appreciate it. We notice you're here. We thank you. We appreciate it. Jude's going to send something in the I don't know if Jude can text. Can you respond to the messages, Jude?
Yeah, I think so. Let me see.
All right, we're going to move on to our next game in the Southeastern Conference. Arkansas at number 21, Missouri, 2:30 p.m. from Columbia, Missouri. Missouri's favored by 3. Jude, I'm telling you, wrong team favored. Take the Hogs. My buddy Kermit says, take the Hogs.
Really?
Arkansas over Missouri.
Man, that's. I took Arkansas over Texas. They're a good. I don't know. Yeah, I know. Hunter thinks Missouri's the most overrated team in the country, but I'm going to go Hogs, baby. Why not?
All right, Christian. Arkansas or Missouri? Who are you taking?
Arkansas.
All right. It's been decided. We have decided Arkansas will lose the game because we're all unanimous on board on this one.
That's
all right. We've already talked about Florida at Florida State. I'll let Christian pick this game. Florida's a 16.5-point favorite versus Florida State. What do you think, Christian? Who are you picking, Florida or Florida State?
Florida.
All right. It's unanimous. Florida State. No, Florida State's not winning this game. Jude is frozen. We've frozen Jude. Just not good. Oh, he's back. He's back.
I can hear you. I was trying to get into so I can comment to the chat now.
All right. And at 6 p.m. on ESPN from Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Oklahoma travels to take on LSU. Oklahoma is looking to be plus 500 against LSU. LSU is only a 6-point favorite. Oklahoma did some good work last week, beating Alabama and effectively eliminating them from the college football playoff. Do they have the same magic 2 weeks in a row? Do they beat LSU?
Yes.
Christian, Oklahoma or LSU? I know you don't want to pick Oklahoma whatsoever.
No, I'm going LSU.
What do you pick?
LSU.
LSU.
Brian Kelly lost LSU, man. He's done for. So they're not playing hard for him anymore.
All right. I'm gonna be the contrarian here. I'm taking Oklahoma.
Nice.
All right, number 3, Texas, and number 20, Texas A&M. You know where that one is. So the ones to watch. All right, Jude. Christian, we'll pick those here in just a minute. Let's go over to the Sun Belt Conference. We're going to cover some games for Hunter. He tried to log on. I think he's just a bad cell range. Tomorrow at 2:30 p.m., this is a game that he is going to be glued to. Texas State travels to Mobile, Alabama to take on the South Alabama Jaguars. Texas State's favored by a point. Hunter's going to take the Bobcats. I'm going to take the Bobcats. Christian, who are you taking in this game?
Bobcats.
Bobcats, Jude?
Eat 'em up, Cats.
All right, there we go. On Saturday at 11 a.m. on ESPNU from Malone Stadium in Monroe, Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns from the University of Louisiana take on the Warhawks from the University of Louisiana Monroe. Now, the Raging Cajuns are favored by -10. I'm saying Raging Cajuns smash the Warhawks in this game.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All right, Christian, who you got? Raging Cajuns?
I agree with that too.
All right. At 1 p.m. on ESPN Plus, Coastal Carolina travels to Georgia State. Georgia State beat Texas State last week. So you can't sleep on the Panthers, Bobcats, Cougars, whatever they are. Coastal's favored by a point. I'm going to take Georgia State.
Coastal's favored by a point, huh?
Yep.
Those games are like toss-ups. Even Vegas says it's a toss-up if it's a 1-point spread. I'll take Coastal.
All right. Christian, who you got in this one?
I'm going with Jude.
All right. That's good. I would agree with him. All right, at 1 p.m. on ESPN Plus, a game that could make the game of the does not matter that much. Southern Miss, the Golden Eagles take on the Troy Trojans. 1 p.m. from Veterans Stadium in Troy, Alabama. Troy's favored by 17.5 points. I don't think that's enough points. I think Troy wins by more.
They probably win by 30.
All right, who are you taking, Jude?
I'll take Troy.
All right, Christian, who are you taking?
Troy all the way.
I'm going with Troy. It's unanimous. All right, at 2 p.m. on ESPN Plus from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Old Dominion, the Monarchs take on the Red Wolves from Arkansas State. Ooh, I don't know who to pick on this one. This is going to be a close one. Old Dominion's favored by 4.5, but, Arkansas State's been high, they've been low all season long, so I'm going to go with the Monarchs. I'm going to go with the road team. Road team wins.
I like Arkansas State. I'm going to go just off their logo, man. I love that logo too.
All right, Christian, who you got?
Arkansas State.
All righty. At 5 p.m. on ESPN Plus in Statesboro, Georgia, we got App State traveling to take on Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern's a 2.5-point favorite. I'm going to go App State.
I'll go App State.
Christian.
Appalachian State.
I'm gonna go with y'all.
All right. It's unanimous.
They're the Giant Killers.
At 7 p.m. on ESPNU in Harrisburg, Virginia, Marshall travels to take on James Madison. James Madison is a 3.5-point favorite. I'm only James Madison in this game. What are you thinking, Jude?
I'm going with James Madison as well.
Christian.
I'm just gonna make it unanimous again.
Oh, there you go.
All right. That's going to wrap it up. Let's do the ones to watch. Y'all ready to do some ones to watch?
We did the Big Ten?
No, we didn't do the Big Ten. You caught me napping, Jude. You caught me napping. The turkey's catching me right now. The turkey's catching me. All right, Jude. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. on the CBS. Brian Stewart's here. Perfect timing, Brian Stewart. We're going to talk about Wisconsin. Minnesota at Wisconsin, 11 a.m. CBS from Camp Randall. Minnesota's favored by 1. Brian Stewart, who you picking? Christian, who you picking?
I'm not sure.
You don't even got to ask me. You know who I'm picking.
Jude's going Wisconsin. I'm going Minnesota. Brian's going to go Wisconsin. I'm pretty for certain.
What's up, Brian?
Brian says Wisconsin. All right, Christian, who are you taking?
Wisconsin.
All right, 3 versus 1. We'll see who wins in this one. All right, tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. on NBC from Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, Iowa, Nebraska. The Cornhuskers, they're going bowling. They're also going to go play Iowa at home. Iowa is favored by 3 points. Do the fans get a win in the wave, or does Nebraska come play spoiler and the kids at the hospital just get the wave?
Kids get the wave. Nebraska wins 16-15 on a last-second field goal.
All right, Christian, who's winning this game? Nebraska, Iowa?
Iowa.
Oh, Christian go with the home team. I will go with the home team as well, Jude. All right, Saturday, the big game. But we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. Another big game, number 23 Illinois at Northwestern, 11 a.m. on the Big Ten Network. Illinois is favored by 7.5 points. This could be a cold game. This could have snow in this. It's going to be damn cold at that stadium they have right on the lake.
Oh yeah, man! On
Damn
the lake
cold
like
game.
That's going to be lake. That's on Lake Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. But either way, man, I think they're both used to that temperature. They're both out of the same state. I'm going to take the favorite. I'll take Illinois to win. And
All right, I'm going to go with Illinois as well. Christian, who are you taking?
Illinois.
All righty. At 2:30 p.m. on Saturday on the Big Ten Network from Beaver Stadium in University Park, Pennsylvania, the Nittany Lions host Maryland. Penn State's a 25-point favorite. It might be the largest spread of any of the games we watched this weekend. Does Maryland have anything for number 4, Penn State? Number 4.
I don't know if in my eyes, Maryland beat the greatest team ever. So if they can beat SC, nah. But I don't think Maryland's going to win the game, but I think they'll definitely cover that 25-point spread. I say Penn State wins 28-20.
We got to say hi to Pat Paulson. Pat Paulson is showing up here. He said, "What did I win? You won." I don't know. You didn't win anything. We don't have anything to offer. What do you want to win? I got an empty monster can coming up here in a second. We can mail it off to you. Big winner. You never know. Christian, who are you taking in the Maryland-Penn State game?
Penn State.
Uh-oh. Jude's gone. Against my better judgment, I am going to pick Penn State as well. Now let's talk about Notre Dame at USC since Jude's not here.
I'm doing it on my phone, man. Fat thumb, sorry.
All right, Jude. I'm going to let you know this. I put Notre Dame and USC in the ones to watch.
All right.
I have to.
I can-
It's a rivalry game. You got to put it in there.
We're you're the host. I'm one of your co-hosts, and it's our two favorite teams. It's got to be a game to watch.
Yep. All right. At 2:30 p.m. on Fox Sports 1, Rutgers travels to take on Michigan State. Michigan State's a 1.5 favorite. 1.5. I've been leaning the Hitmen all year. I'm going to say the Hitmen win.
I'll say Michigan State covers.
All right, Christian, who you taking?
Michigan.
All right. We've already talked about the Fresno State at UCLA. Jude's going Fresno State. I'm going to go UCLA, but Fresno State's going to cover. Christian, who are you taking in this game?
Fresno State.
There you go.
Ooh. Whatever Jude picks, Christian picks. Interesting. All right, in the Battle of Indiana, Purdue travels to number 10 Indiana at 6 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. Indiana, we found an even bigger spread, minus 29 favorite. Indiana.
Ooh.
Indiana covers, in my opinion. Beats Purdue.
Yeah,
Big win.
They have to. If they want, they can't play a close game and still make the playoff. You're not against Purdue. They got to put it to them. So I'm going to take them to cover.
All right, Christian, who do you got?
I think Indiana.
Indiana?
Yeah.
All right. And then Washington and Oregon made the ones to watch, Jude. That's going to be our number 8 game of the week. Let me get over here. Y'all ready to do the ones to watch?
Yeah, man, let's go.
All right, at number 10, we got New Mexico and Hawaii. Saturday at 10 p.m., New Mexico's favored by -3, and you got to have a ticket to get to this game because it's not on television. I'm going to go with the Lobos. I say the Lobos win a road game in Hawaii, but it's going to be a close game. And I say Lobos cover by 3.
All right, I'm going to say the Lobos also win. They will cover that 3 points. And I can talk about it right now because that's my game of the WEAK. So, a one to watch and a WEAK, covered at the same time.
I got to turn my hat backwards, so Christian and I are going to have the same luck on this one. Christian, who are you taking in this game?
I'm taking Hawaii.
Oh, the home team. I like it. All right. Brian Stewart says, Jude, are you going live later?
Yes, but later, because I'm not at home. I'm 45 minutes from home, and my kid's playing with his cousins video games, so I don't know how long they're going to play. But I will go live later.
Later. That might be tomorrow for me. All right, our number 9 game of the week. Kansas at Baylor. Saturday, 11 a.m. on ESPN2. Kansas is favored by 1. I'm going to do it, Jude. I'm going to do it.
That means I can't pick them if you do it.
I'm taking Baylor to win the game.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm thinking Kansas.
All right, Christian, who do you got, bud?
I take Baylor.
All right, Christian's taking Baylor. I like the way you think. Or here, hold on. See, you and I. All right, our number 8 game of the week. Washington at number 1, Oregon. Saturday, 6:30 p.m. on NBC. Oregon's favored by 18.5. I think Oregon wins this game. Covers going away. Jude, what are you thinking on this one?
And I've had Oregon on my pretender list all year long. And I'm going to stay there, man. I'm going to say Washington wins this game outright.
Nice, I like it. Christian, who do you got, bud?
I got Oregon all the way.
All righty. Our number 7 game of the week. Number 6, Miami travels across the eastern seaboard to Illinois to take on the Illini. This game happens to Syracuse, New York. This game happens at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday on ESPN. Miami's favored by -11. Now, this game's inside. It's in a dome, which might benefit Miami. If they're playing outside, I might be leaning Syracuse just a little bit more. I think Miami wins the game. I think Syracuse covers, though.
Another one of my pretenders all year long. And I'm going to stick with it. And I'm going to say Syracuse wins this game outright.
All right, Christian, what do you got?
I got Miami.
All right. Our number 6 game of the week comes out of the Atlantic All-Coast Conference. We have California traveling to Dallas to take on number 9 SMU at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday on ESPN2. The Ponies are favored by 13.5. Does Cal upset the Ponies, Jude? Knock them out of playoff contention?
Nah, the Ponies control their own destiny, their own, what do you call it? Their destiny. The Ponies are going to win.
All right, Christian, who are you taking in this one? Cal or SMU?
Ponies.
All right, I'm going to go SMU in this game. Our number 5 game of the week. This one, Jude and I we're gonna disagree on the winner of this game. Number 5 Notre Dame travels to Southern California to take on the Trojans from USC. Saturday, 2:30 p.m. on CBS. Notre Dame's favored by -7.5. Go ahead, Christian. Hit us with who you think wins between Notre Dame and USC.
I hate to say it, but I think I'm gonna go with USC.
What's that?
I hate to say it, but I think I'm gonna go with USC.
All right, Jude. I know who you're picking. Give
Yeah,
me some insight in this game.
This is another one of those games that records don't matter. And this is probably the biggest, it's not a regional rivalry. This is a across the country rivalry, probably the biggest one in the country, if you ask me. USC's playing a lot better. Our running game's starting to pick up. I'm going to take USC to win that game outright. And if I possibly can make it there, I'll do a little live broadcast for 10 minutes while I'm there.
I like it. All right.
If
Pick the outcome of the game, Jude.
USC 27, Notre Dame 26.
Oh, 1 point win. I like it. You're saying they're going to win, but not too much. This knocks Notre Dame out of the CFP also. They lose here.
Most likely, because a bad USC team and Southern Illinois, those aren't quality losses.
Yeah. All right. Hunter says, what's up, Christian? He said he'll be on in a few. We'll hang out. We'll wait for Hunter. We'll get his thoughts on the ones to watch here in just a minute.
There you go.
I'm going to go the opposite way. I think Notre Dame wins. I think they win big. I think they win by 2 touchdowns, Jude. I'm saying they cover the 7.5. 2 touchdowns. Man. Oh, you like the 2, right? The 2? All right. Since we're there, we're halfway through our ones to watch. Pat Paulson says USC by 7.
There you go, Pat.
Now, we made a bet last week. If UCLA beat USC, Jude would have to say something. But USC wins the game. So, Jude, what's Vince's knee down?
His knee was absolutely down. Ball does not lie. His knee was absolutely down.
That's the great thing about college football pick'em. We don't have to have the greatest analytics here, but we have to have the greatest contest inside of the show. We have the greatest contest. Nobody else does this stuff but us.
You notice I also did not have to wear that ugly burnt orange shirt that I have hanging in my closet.
We will have to make a bet at some point where one of us is going to have to wear a USC shirt or a Texas shirt.
All right, that sounds good.
That might be for season 4. What do you think?
Hey, there you go.
All right, we're going to come up with something for season 4, so stay tuned. This is the last week of the regular season, so just to give everybody kind of like what's going to happen, we're going to cover championship week. We're going to do it live. We're going to cover the playoffs and the bowl games as we go, and our final show is going to be on the eve of the national championship. Well, that'll probably be the Thursday before the national championship game. However that shakes down, that's going to be our final show of the season. We'll pick our national championship games, and then you're going to see us back here in August. But something that'll be a little bit different for next season, we're going to do some shorts and some little short, long format videos on the lead up to the season to kind of get everybody going. And hopefully, I'm going to get to do some on-location reporting next season. But also, hopefully, I get to meet my bud Jude by that time next season. So you get to see that we actually exist. We're going to be together. So Jude can give me a hard time.
Oh, heck yeah.
So
that would be the week we should make that bet.
I'm kind of, you and I are thinking here. But we're going to have to do a live show together.
Oh, that would be cool, man.
Before, maybe we get Buffalo Wild when we do I don't know, we can do the B-dubs. I don't know. Oof. That could be rough.
Yeah, it'd be loud, drinking. Dude, that's not right up our alley.
Yeah. All right. You ready to get back into the ones to watch, Christian?
Absolutely.
We could do the live from Taco Bell parking lot, Pat Paulson says. It's possible. All right. Our number 4 game of the week. I think this is called Farmageddon. Kansas State, number 24, Kansas State, and then number 18, Iowa State. Saturday, 6:30 p.m. on Fox. Iowa State's favored by 2.5. Who are you taking, Christian, in this game?
I give Iowa State.
All right. Jude, who you got in this game?
Man, Kansas State really turned it around from how they were supposed to be a really good team, then they kind of looked like they blew it. Now they're playing strong again. And the Cyclones played great all year, and now they're playing bad. But I'm going to go with the Cyclones.
This is a tough one for me. I don't know. I think I'm going to lean Kansas State in this game. I don't know why. I'm leaning Kansas State. It's going to be cold. It's going to be at night. It's going to be a perfect football game here. Perfect football weather for a perfect football game. Look for lots of runs. Pat Paulson says Kansas by 2. By 2. I like it. I like it. All right, Christian, you've taken Iowa State. Jude took Iowa State. I'm taking Kansas State. I bet you Hunter's going to take the team that scores the most points.
They always win.
Absolutely. They're undefeated. Lifetime undefeated.
Yep.
All right, Jude.
Them and Father Time.
Our number 3 game of the week. Do you want to guess what our number 3 game of the week is, Jude?
Is it the big game in the Midwest?
Mm-mm.
No? All right, is it a game in the Southwest between a couple of teams from Texas?
Mm-mm.
There's one left, right? Which one did I miss?
Number 16, South Carolina at number 12,
right.
Clemson.
You
11
mentioned
a.m.
that.
on
That's
Saturday on ESPN. Clemson's favored by 3. I think wrong team's favorite. I'm going to go with South Carolina and Lenoris Sellers.
I'm going to roll with Dabo.
All right. Christian, who are you picking in this game?
I'm going with the home team.
Christian is going to go with Clemson in this game. Do they cover? Does Clemson cover that -3 versus South Carolina?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go with South Carolina. I say South Carolina wins the game by 7 points.
Hey, do you think Clemson and LSU should play a game for the right to Death Valley?
No, I mean, we all know the real Death Valley is in LSU.
Yeah.
Now every Clemson fan, hey, if a Clemson fan's watching and they hate that idea or they hate what I said, well, let us know.
Yeah, tell us.
Quick Wrench says, happy holidays, y'all. Thanks for watching,
David.
Quick Wrench. Appreciate it. All right. We're going to cover the number 2 game of the week, Jude, but I need you to tell me what the number 1 game of the week is.
I'm guessing the number 1 game of the week is going to be Texas versus Texas A&M.
You are correct. So our number 2 game of the week is what, Jude?
Michigan, Ohio State.
All right, you got to. It's the second biggest rival, in my opinion, the third biggest rivalry, second biggest rivalry in college football, according to most. So, Jude, who are you taking in Michigan, Ohio State?
I'm taking the team that's probably going to be the national champion. So
Michigan?
I'm gonna roll with Ohio State to whatever the spread is. I think they cover it, double it.
Ohio State by 15.5.
I think they can win by 30.
All right, Christian, who are you picking in this game?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Michigan.
Michigan. I like it. Jude, we're gonna have a lot to talk about next time we talk. I'm going with Michigan and Sharon Moore to get the upset. The shoe!
Man, in the horseshoe?
In the shoe! Upset. As much as I want to pick Ohio State, I don't know what in my brain is telling me Go with the Wolverines. I'm going with the Wolverines in the shoe.
That's kind of how I feel about the Washington and Oregon game. I think Oregon's going to lose to Washington.
All right. Now, this is a game that Hunter won't want to pick in public, so we're going to talk about it. Pat Paulson knows where I'm going on this one. It's the rivalry that should have never stopped. Number 3 Texas travels to number 20 Texas A&M in College Station on Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on ABC. Texas is favored by 5.5. Now, this is a bad blood in this game. You can throw the records out the window. Just throw it out the window. Rivalry game. I want to get Jude's thoughts. I want to get Christian's thoughts. If anybody else wants to put in the comments who they think, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts. And I'll give you a little analytics in this game. So, Jude, go ahead.
This is another rivalry game that you can throw everything out the window. It doesn't matter. They're going to play each other tough. Texas is a strong team, but they are one of my teams that I said would not make the college football playoff. I think weeks 5, 6, 7 or something like that. I said there were 3 teams in the top 4 that would not make the playoff. And I don't think Alabama and Georgia have shots anymore. Texas is the other one. I think I had a lot of contenders. I don't know. But I'm going to take Texas A&M, the Aggies, to win outright.
All right. Christian, who are you taking in this game?
I think I'm going to take Texas by a touchdown.
Texas by a touchdown. All right. So I'm going to give you all a little wisdom here. Texas has the best defense in college football. There is not another defense in college football that is better. They have been attacking running games the last few weeks, viciously attacking the running games. Now, Texas introduced a run game last week that punished the University of Kentucky, who arguably has the best defensive line in college football, and Kentucky got run over by Texas. Texas is going to employ the same run game against Texas A&M early, wear down the Ags, but I don't look for a big upset score. I'm picking Texas to win, but barely. It's a rivalry game. You can throw all the records out the window. Does not matter. It's a rivalry game. I'll also say this for Texas. Texas plays three natural rivals every season, unlike most teams in college football. They play Texas A&M, they play Oklahoma, and they play Arkansas. The 3 rivalry games. Just saying, I'm going to go with the Horns in this one. Horns to win. They play a rematch game against Georgia in the SEC Championship.
I don't know. I think Texas A&M knocks both of those teams out of the SEC championship, out of the playoff.
Well, I think if Texas A&M wins and Tennessee wins, I think Tennessee actually goes over A&M to the SEC Championship game. Something like that. There's like A&M's kind of like third fiddle in this thing.
Didn't we pick Vanderbilt to beat Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's a shot, man. I think that's my.
They're gonna need some help. They did lose to South Carolina and they lost to Auburn.
Yeah, Auburn 4 overtimes. Wow.
Yeah, nuts. All right, we're gonna wait a few more minutes for Hunter. We get to fill time. Jude, give me a bold prediction.
Bold prediction. All right. I'm going to say that Texas A&M beats Texas. Vanderbilt beats Tennessee. Whatever other help Texas A&M needs, they're going to get. And then they're going to beat Georgia and knock Georgia and Texas out of playoff contention in back-to-back weeks.
Well, the only thing I'll say about this is if Texas loses to Texas A&M and Texas A&M beats Georgia, Texas will probably get an at-large CFP bid and host a home game.
With 2 losses?
Yeah.
Yeah, could be.
Because if A&M wins the SEC and they get it, they're not guaranteed, but I think they're probably in.
The winner of every conference championship game gets a bye.
So you got 4. You're gonna have 4 conference champions that are in with a bye, and then you're gonna have like your at-larges like Boise State, Notre Dame. If Notre Dame loses, it also bodes well for Texas, also, right? Because Notre Dame will be out. You can't take 2 losses like that as an independent, I think it eliminates you as an independent. So, but Christian, give me a bold prediction for this week.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna switch what I said about Texas, and I think they're gonna win by 2 touchdowns. I think that they will bring that run game, like you said, and just tear up A&M defense.
All right, Christian's doubling down, double down.
He did. He went from 7 to 14. He literally doubled down.
I love it. It's great. So, Christian, did you have a good football season this year? Did you have a good season?
Yeah.
You getting ready for next year?
Yeah.
How much can you bench?
Bench 205.
Man,
show us the gun. Show us the gun.
Look at that. And what do you weigh?
Right now, I think like 150.
Steve, man, you're benching 25% more than your weight at 14 years old. That's crazy.
It's good.
That's wild.
I got a friend.
Yeah.
He was one of our 18 linemen. He's one of my close friends. He's like 170 and he benches 275 and squats 400 and deadlifts like I think 450.
Oh, he hit the 1,000-pound club. Do you guys have that wall in your weight room at school where it says those 3 lifts? They add up the weight and they go 1,000 and 1,200 and 1,500. Yeah, that's cool. He hit the 1,000-pound club. That's pretty cool.
He's still not our strongest guy that we've had as a freshman.
Man, he's only a freshman. He'll probably hit that 1,500 club if he keeps working out. Oh, you're right there. You're almost at the 1,000-pound club.
Oh yeah, he's way past the. I think he's.
No, you said 4 and 2. Yeah, that's 1,000 pounds. You hit the 1,000-pound club. As a freshman, that's impressive, dude.
Yeah, we have a friend named Major. He tore his ACL this year, but he freshman year squatted 5, benched 3, and could deadlift 6. He was
my kid's getting stronger. He's doing speed and agility classes and stuff. But I challenged him today because at his speed and agility class, they always end every day with planks and then stretching. So core exercises and stretching. And he can do a perfectly positioned plank he said his record was like 320. So today he had just gone against one of his cousins and beat him. But then he was talking trash. I'm like, dude, I could beat you right now. And I've planked once in my life, and that was years ago. And I went heads up with him. It was me, him, and then my godson Xavier. And one of my friends was watching us. He's like, man, someone's shaking. I said, I can shake all I want as long as I keep my form. And then I just stayed there and stayed there and stayed there. My son was laughing. He thought he was going to beat me. Even though I was shaking, I would not let it go. His knees hit down before mine. As soon as his hit, I said, all right, I'm done. I know I can't beat Xavier, but I beat you.
So when I do planks, I go to Long John Silver's and I get the fish planks.
There you go.
And I'm undefeated at fish planks.
Man, Long John Silver, I haven't had that in a long time.
All right, Christian, are you going to come on the show more often?
Yeah, probably.
All
right, cool. You'll get a link next week.
Yep, I'm gonna. So that's the correct email I sent it to. So somehow from last season to this season, I lost your email somewhere, but then I went and typed in your name because I'm like challenged with the electronic devices. So I did find your email again. So we're good on that one. We're gonna get Christian on a lot more. We got 5 people watching right now. That's not bad for 10 o'clock on Thanksgiving night. So let's give some shout outs to everybody watching. Thanks for Pat Paulson for watching. Thanks for Quick Wrench for watching. Thanks for Power Stroke Jude for being here. I know that all our viewers right now are our absolute viewers because Jude doesn't have a TV to turn on or another computer to turn on right now. So it's us. Hunter, thanks for watching. Brian Stewart, absolute thanks for watching. We're getting through them here. JWC Tech, thanks for watching. Dot, thanks for watching. Christian always is watching. And we got to talk about our number one fan. You know who our number one fan is?
Is she in here?
I don't see her. Tonight. She could be busy though.
It is Thanksgiving.
Yep.
But he's talking about bocce, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Now,
Bocce blankets and more.
yeah, now bocce. So we're in the middle of like this remodel at our house right now, which is always the best thing is always to do a remodel right at Christmas. It's the brightest thing on earth, right? So Bocce's blanket normally sits next to me, behind me, it's somewhere near me at all times. Bocce's blanket's a little bit over that way, but I have it next to me all the time. My bocce ball is actually where my new setup's going to be for next season. So you'll get to see that. It's going to be my setup's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to incorporate kind of my football podcast or our football show. It's a pick'em show. I don't want to say it's a podcast because we don't really break down the games. We break down the picks. We go pick them. So we're going to incorporate some of that, but also it's going to incorporate with my other channel as well, which I'll start posting more content to after this weekend. So just look for that coming up. And a little bit different setup. I'm gonna get a different mic setup also because this one I have, I just don't like the way the mic sounds. I don't like kind of like the headset, so I'm gonna change that up. And then I'm gonna get a different camera as well, but something a little bit closer to what Lindsay uses on the week. So you're good for next season, Christian? You're gonna come on as well?
Yeah, probably.
When you can?
Yeah, whenever I can, if I'm not at late night practices.
Yeah. Jude, you're down
man.
for next season?
Oh, I'm season 4. Are you kidding? I can't wait.
Yeah. So the only thing I think we're going to run into, I think Hunter's going to be there, but I think we're going to get a lot of delayed. Like we'll just get Hunter doing like a vignette, and then I'm pretty sure Lindsay's down. So we'll go ahead and write him down. He's not here, but we'll go ahead and pencil him in. I'll go ahead and make a note right now that Lindsay's in for season 4, and then we got to get old school back. Joey Preciado has to come back and for at least a Joey Preciado show. You know what I mean? We have a.
I emailed him last week, or I was talking to him last week. Remember you said Hunter might not be there last week?
Yeah.
So I sent him a message. I said, dude, Hunter's not going to be here. We could really use you. It'd be awesome. I know we're not talking cars. We're not talking tools. It's sports. You know sports. Come on, man. What's up? He always says I'm not a mechanic, even though he has more tools than I do. But I'm like, come on, dude. And he's like, oh, well, we'll see. And then Hunter was on there, so he messaged me, oh, you don't need me after all. I'm like, come on, Joey.
We have to have a Joey Preciado. I'm going to say this. I'm going to throw this one out there. We need Joey Preciado on for the national championship show. I'll say, hey, do even one better. How about next week for championship week? If Arizona State's there, Joey has to show up for the Arizona.
If he makes the playoff, if Arizona State makes the playoff, he has to represent.
There we go. Arizona State makes the playoff. Joey has to come and represent.
Sounds good.
Hunter the sock puppet. Well, I got Kermit's somewhere. I don't know where Kermit is right now.
Hey,
Kermit the Frog will be here next week for Pick'em as well.
All right, cool.
So,
hey, next season, I did confirm through sources that don't want to be named that our special mid-season October guests planning on making an appearance again.
I've heard something similar.
When they told me that, all I could say was, "Oh yeah, brother."
Yeah, that was a good show. It's a good show. It'd be better if they were live together, though.
Yeah,
We'll just have to see what happens. You just never know. It's a very fluid situation around these parts.
yeah. I mean, you almost need a seance to get one of them.
Hey, a good Ouija board and a good doctor. We're back in business, man. We're back in business.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to give Hunter about 5 more minutes. So we're going to have about 5 more minutes of the show, and then we'll wrap up the regular season. But what are some big surprises, Jude, from you from this season?
Big surprises for me from this season was that up until the second to last week of the season, Colorado was still in playoff contention. That was a big surprise. I thought they were going to be better than last year, but man, still ranked last week of the season. That's crazy.
Pretty good, Christian. You got any big surprises from this season in college football?
I mean, I'm a little surprised, but not really. I mean, I see the reasoning, but I'm surprised that Arch Manning hasn't started yet. But Quentin is a junior, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but Arch Manning's better.
I don't think he's better. I think
So
Arch
I agree with Christian on this one. I'll say what Arch lacks is that mid-game ability to throw. He's either throwing the ball deep, or his mid-game he likes to take off and run in. I think it's the difference between him and Quinn. Is the only difference. My biggest surprise this year. I got a couple big surprises this year. My biggest surprise is the Oklahoma State disappearing.
Yeah, that was surprising too.
I mean, I thought Oklahoma State would be almost a shoo-in for the Big 12 championship, and they disappeared. Utah losing Cam Rising. We knew that the season pivoted on whether Rising would be there or not. Rising is out. Likely done with college football, although he could come back for his 27th season of college football. That's another surprise.
You might get a medical red shirt.
But should he?
No, probably not.
And then
SC was a surprise to me, man. I really didn't think they were going to be 6-6 at the end of the year.
I thought that Dan Lynn would come in and be a lot more effective. I thought it'd be, even with the loss of Caleb Williams, I thought Miller Moss would be able to fill in enough. Really, just kind of a disappointing season for them. Another surprise, like you said, Colorado being ranked number 25 at the end of the season. Nuts, right? Nuts. Wisconsin.
Yeah, I was just going to say Wisconsin.
I'm kind of surprised. I thought they should have been better.
What about Florida State?
Oh. I almost think they're cursed from last year when all their players quit instead of playing the bowl game. They're like, oh, we didn't make the CFP, so we're just going to quit. And then they got blown out. And it's like ever since then, they haven't been the same. I don't know.
Do you think having their quarterback hurt should have made that much of a difference and kept them out of the CFP?
They didn't have anybody behind them. They couldn't run the offense.
But the record-wise,
they would have played in the CFP. They would have taken Alabama's spot in the CFP, right? Because Texas had a head-to-head win against Alabama. Texas' only loss last year was to Oklahoma. I think Florida State would have been the fourth team in. I think Texas would have been the third team in. Texas would have played Washington right away still. And Michigan would have played
Florida State,
and Michigan would have crushed Florida State.
They probably would have, but they kind of crushed Washington.
Well, Washington got a lot of help from the officials against Texas because the second the officials stopped pulling flags against Texas, Texas was back in the game like almost instantly. So
I know. I guess the point I'm trying to get across is Florida State wasn't going to win without their quarterback.
No,
but with everything that they did, you're supposed to reward them for the season they played and just give them a chance because I thought they deserved it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on that one. I thought Florida State was kind of a pretender last year, the whole season.
Yeah, but
they got away with some lucky games.
Do you think if Alabama doesn't choke at the end against Michigan, they win the national championship? Or do you think Washington gets them?
No, because I think Washington was what. So this is what benefited Washington the most last year. In the first CFP game. Is they had Big Ten refs call the game, and it so one-sided versus Texas. I mean, the calls were just completely one-sided. I am a massive Texas homer. I will say that right now. Massive Texas homer. But the second the referees put the flags in their pocket, Texas was right back in the game. I mean, it was almost like they made up 17 points in 4 minutes.
Yeah, it was. They did have a strong comeback, absolutely. And that was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, but it was just marred. The first half was so bad because the officials, it was like every time there was a big run, it was a holding call. Every time there was a big pass, it was a holding. And, they really hamstrung the deal. I wish in the CFP games, I hope that this year, the CFP games, I hope that they have, Mountain West officials. Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's so unaffiliated that there's no crossover. It's not like the Pac-12 is going to have officials calling a Boise State game because isn't Boise State going to the Mountain West? Or going to the Pac-12?
Here's the American Conference ref.
Yeah. I mean, just something. I mean, go get some D2 refs or you know what I mean?
Or
Something
just
different.
make sure that whatever the game is, their conferences, like if it's let's just say Texas is playing Ohio State, you can't have an SEC or Big Ten refs. Use the Pac-12 or something like that.
Yeah. Or Big 12 refs.
Yeah, Big 12 refs.
No Big 12 refs.
Big 12 refs. Everything it'll be like a 75-74 game.
Yeah, it'll be terrible. But no, I'd almost hope that for the CFP games they go with all-star ref crews. You know, like guys that have never worked together.
Oh, that'd be different.
Kind of what the NFL does. They have like NFL has. They don't necessarily have. I don't know if they do that anymore or not. But all right, well we've hit the hour 20 mark. I gave Hunter all the time I'm gonna give him. I'm sure he's busy doing something. If he hops on, maybe I'll get him to do a short or something. I can throw him on later. Like I said, I thank everybody for showing up all season long. We're going to be here next week. We're going to be live next week. It's going to be a shorter show because there's going to be less teams. We're going to give a prediction on our Army-Navy next week, even though the game's not for 2 weeks. I don't think they play until the 15th, so next week we'll do it a week in advance. We'll give the Army-Navy game.
They play after they pick the 12?
Yeah.
So what if Navy would have beat, or Army would have, Navy would have beat Notre Dame? Are they just a shoe-in? Even they could have lost to Army and it's still been in?
They had to play the championship game, and then the next week they're going to have to play Army-Navy. They had to play
crazy.
twice.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. But we'll be on next week for sure. We're gonna be live. Not that long of a show. The following week we'll be off, and then we'll be back on for the bowl games, the CFP, all the CFP madness, all that stuff. We'll be back for that, so you'll get our thoughts before probably the first round of bowl games and the first round of the CFP. We'll let you know what we think. Just it's a work in progress. We got to see how this goes, so we know how to do it next year. Because next year it'll be a little more streamlined from this year. Jude, thanks for being co-host again this year. Christian, thanks for jumping on with us for sure. Lindsay, Hunter, thank you for joining us as co-host this year. We'll all be back next year for sure. We're going to be here through the playoffs and the postseason in college football. Until then, Jude, or Christian, you got to say goodbye here. I'm going to make you big here for a second. Christian.
Yes, I have no words. I haven't been here like all season. This is the first live I've done in, I think, a year because I wasn't on last season that much. But it's definitely fun, and I plan on being here next year.
All right. Jude.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You know what I always end with. Fight on, we are SC, and V is for victory. You can't spell SEC without S and C. The Trojans will be back next year. We're going to have a great season. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, especially the people who are here week after week, man. We really appreciate you guys. We're going to grow. You know, it's a slow progress, but I promise you, man, we're going to hit that algorithm spot where people start watching. Just like for tonight, for example, Dot even said, hey, you guys were the only college football stream live. There you go, man. Maybe he'll tell his friends. Come on, Dot. Tell some people. But anyways, man, everyone have a great night. Thanks for watching. Great season.
I want to thank everybody for joining us this year, all our fans. Our number one fan, Bachi. Our fans like Pat Paulson, Quick Wrench, Hunter, JWC Tech, Diabolical 58.
What's up, Hunter?
Anybody else I missed? I'm going to close it out for Hunter, and then I'll close it out for me. In order of importance, go Navy, beat Army. Hook 'em horns and eat 'em up cats. Oh, but eat 'em up cats, something like that. All right. I want to thank everybody for showing up. This is so much fun. I've had such a great season. It went by super fast. I was on the shelf for a lot of the season. Y'all didn't realize how beat up I was and still am. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. I like doing this more than anybody will ever know. It's so much fun to get to go pick games with my friends every week. I get to have a lot of fun. I get to hang out with my son. I get to hang out with my buds. I get to hang out with Christian too. Chris is one of my favorite people out there. Joey Preciado is one of my favorite people out there. I can't wait till Joey's back. want to thank everybody for being there all season long. And remember, the team that scores the most points always wins the game. Thanks for watching.
Good night, everybody.